Hey y'all, what's up? So I had applied for a job. You gotta watch with the jobs that you apply for. I just want to tell y'all some advice. Basically, when you applying for jobs like through Facebook, you definitely gotta make sure that the person, number one, always make sure that they have a company that's straight. Okay, that's number one. Number two, make sure that they have like information about their company. Like I just applied for this job now, just to see what this guy was going to say. This is what I'm saying. So I already had this issue before through Facebook. Sometimes Facebook will have people say, oh, they want you to come clean their house, but it's really for them to kidnap you and never see your family again. And you just really got to be very careful of what the heck you accept on Facebook. Now, I applied for 3 jobs on Facebook. 2 of them, they had a company. I haven't heard back yet. This is strange because this guy, his name is Mr. Hall, and he said he wants me to come and clean his house for him. And I'm like, okay, so what is the money? You know, I'm asking him, what is the payment that he wants, and what about, is this a company? Is this his company? You know, and he's like, he wants me to send a picture of myself. I'm like, well, we on Facebook, so you already see who you talking to, you know, so it just seems kind of shady to me, you know. So you just got to be very, very careful about who you talk to. And he wants me to send my ID to him. I'm like, because you want me to come clean your house, that's fine. But I have to make sure that you are a real person, because there's so much dangerous shit going on right now with this sex trafficking. It's crazy. Like, this person could be somebody that wants to kidnap my ass, you know. So, and I'm like, it just didn't feel right, because he was like the only one that responded when I had applied for the job for housekeeping. And I was like, that's strange, because, you know, I know everybody else probably respond. When they respond, they be like, okay. The first thing that really led to me to believe that this is not real is because, number one, nobody never asks you for your state ID or your driver's license. They ask you, number one, what is basically your job description, how long you've been a housekeeper. He failed to do that. So therefore, I was like, okay, see, you asking me to send you a picture of my state ID or my driver's license, and I'm like, nah. I'm like, I need to know what you want me to do and how much you want to pay me per hour or per month or per weekly. This person, he could not say none of that stuff. He was like, I cannot send you nothing until you send me a picture of your ID. I'm like, if you want to see how I look, I have a picture on Facebook. You know, you can look at that. And he have not responded. So if he don't respond in the next hour, I'm going to block his ass. I'm going to report him, because he could be somebody suspiciously just trying to get somebody just to come to his house and kidnap them. That's the way I feel about that, and I'm going to let Facebook know that. And I'm going to let them know, because by the bylaws of how they said you're supposed to, you know, about the job experience, he didn't ask me nothing about my job experience or anything like that. He just said, send me a picture of your driver's license, of your ID. Why would you do that? No, don't never do nothing like that, because that means if that person ever see you, they can kidnap your ass. You just got to be really careful of your surroundings on Facebook. Like, this happened to me like 3 weeks ago on Indeed. I had applied for a job and for housekeeping, like, and Indeed caught it, and they was like, nah, they closed the job and said it's suspicion of sex trafficking. I was like, what the fuck? So you really got to be careful. So I was on the phone with my husband, and I was talking to him, and he was like, what's going on? I was like, I just applied for this job, and the job was supposed to be for part-time, and he said, okay. And I was like, but the guy's not asking the questions the correct way of a person who wants to hire you. Now, I had been on a lot of interviews, and this person that I was talking to, he did not ask me the information of wanting to hire me. He just wanted me to send a picture of my driver's license or my ID, and that right there was a red flag right there. Okay. Always when somebody wants to, you know, offer you a job, they will ask you, you know, how long you've been a housekeeper, what are you doing now, and stuff like that. So none of that happened. So I'm giving him to about an hour to change his answers. Because if he don't change his answers, I'm going to report his page. And I'm going to let Facebook know that he could be attempted of trying to do either sex trafficking or just get somebody to come to his house and do something to them. I don't know. Because I feel as though he did not ask the correct questions of trying to hire somebody. You know, ask nobody about sending me no picture or no driver's license. You're supposed to ask them